Why? I don't even have my sheet up. I like prepared
I
a
forgot this was
document.
an interview.
Yeah, yeah.
I just was. I thought this was it.
Oh no, actually this is it. Thanks for coming everyone. Bye. Yes, what are you wearing? Oh, you can't hear Henry anymore. I think
When
they should
I
hear
said I was
you.
going to be Mama
Okay.
Tamago, I meant it all the way.
Yeah, you meant having the mic issues. Actually, that
Yeah,
was
mic
part that
issue.
was I always have so many tech issues. Fingers crossed it'll sound okay, but at least I have a stand in case it doesn't turn out okay.
Yeah, I'm always ready to fill in.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I thought we were just going to sit here and I kind of
And
talk
talk.
to you, and
I
then
mean,
that's
we
it.
don't, in the document that we have prepared, because I believe we're both planners, I did write some questions down, but also in the document, I'm like, I feel like we're just going to talk and it's going to fill the space. We don't necessarily need to have all of those pointers, but it's just nice to reference. And, well, let's just get started with who you are and, what you God, I really need my document. I'm sorry, I'm a little rusty. I'm a little rusty. Who you are, what you do, what type of content do you make, and why are you so obsessed with me?
So my name is Henry Huevos Rancheros, but I'm also known online as HenryKween or Henry K. One day, hopefully, someone will give up the Henry K username, and that can be mine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, my name is Henry K. I am a queer Mexican, I guess, content creator. Ugh.
I
Um,
know. Don't you just feel when you say you're an influencer? When I say I'm an
uh,
influencer, I just like "Ooh," a little bit.
yeah, I influence people to leave the Twitch platform ever and never look back.
Honestly, I joke about it, but seriously, I'm like, just don't stream. Just don't do
Don't
it.
do it to
Don't
yourself.
do it. Like, anyway, sorry.
But yes, I'm a queer Mexican content creator, and I guess like creative person, and based out of New York City. Um, what else did you ask me?
Why are
Oh,
you
why I'm
obsessed
obsessed with
with me?
you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So growing up, I had a lot of chickens in my backyard,
Uh huh.
and then every time I see you, you just remind me of home.
Oh, of home. Okay,
Yeah,
I
because
I
I got
heard
eggs.
something else. I understand. I heard. Um,
um,
what were your chickens' names?
I don't think we really named them. I
You didn't
don't think we
name your
tried to get emotionally
chickens?
attached. No, one chicken I do remember, and now this is back when we didn't have them in my house growing up. I was very, very young when we had them at home.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we visit family in Mexico, I did get to pick out a chick and raise it from like birth. But like
Aw.
obviously, like I would have to go home for school, but then we would come back and visit family. It still remembered me, and I used to do this thing where I did this with my hands. So it
Uh
was a chick
huh.
when I first got it, but then when I came back, I did this thing where I
Yeah.
did this, and it came running to me because it remembered me. That's just how I called it. I
No.
don't know why. I was a little I was like 12 or 11.
That makes me a little sad because I'm not a vegetarian and I do eat chicken, and knowing that these animals can form emotional attachments and have like a soul is a lot to think about, but I'm
Don't
gonna
think
have
about it.
some chicken nuggets after this, so
Don't think
I,
about it.
I didn't
But
think
if you
about
have
it too
dinosaur chicken
hard.
nuggets, that's not chicken. It's dinosaur.
Oh, it's true.
And those are
Well,
extinct, so you can't kill them
dinosaurs
anymore.
are chickens, or chickens are dinosaurs?
Oh, like evolutionary, yeah, if you believe
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that.
yeah. Do you believe in evolution?
Yeah. I feel like the facts are there. And I'm not smart enough to argue with anyone otherwise, so
It's true. Like, to be fair, I also believe in evolution, but if you had me do a presentation on why, it's, I don't think I can just right off the bat.
no.
Yeah.
Have someone else do it.
Yeah, I guess that's not my job. I'm here to look pretty. I'm here
Me
to
too.
yeah, yeah. We're here to look pretty, and we're doing a great job at it. Um
I think we're
did you,
excelling as beauty influencers.
listen, I also brought my thing. So when Henry got on the camera and showed me who he was dressed up as, I absolutely lost my mind. Let's look at the details of everything. Let's go through the process. Like,
Hmm.
what was your thought process?
I feel like you did throw me under the bus a little bit today because you did not wear yellow, and I checked your last 4 or 5 VODs to see what you were
And I was
wearing.
wearing yellow all
You've
the
been
time.
wearing a yellow. I had to go deep into the
Wait, hold
closet
on,
for
hold
this
on, hold on. I'll be
jacket.
back. I'll be back.
Oh my god, thank God. Oh my god, Captain Mama Tonga was born the year of the rooster. I was born the year of the monkey. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, sorry.
Thank you. I went deep into my closet for this. So I try to really embody you in quite a few different ways. So
Mm-hmm.
first, I went through your VODs and reviewed um, what you were wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So I'll have to tell you something tech different in a minute. So I reviewed
Okay.
what you were wearing. I was like, yellow, either white, like you had either a really, really light top on,
Mm-hmm.
usually. So then I went to my closet. I had to find this because I actually don't wear yellow IRL. I
Mm-hmm.
just, it's not a color I wear often. And then I went to hair, and so these were the two things I had. I was either going to do my own hair in space buns, but they were too small,
Mm-hmm.
or I was just going to do. Recently, you've done a lot of pigtails when you don't do space buns. So
Mm-hmm.
with this very beyond death wig I have on right now, I was like the only thing I can pull off is pigtails. And then you always love a little poof, of course, when
Mm-hmm.
even when
Yeah.
you have space buns or not. But so I made one of my own.
Oh my
And
God.
then, of course, the time that I dye my hair for the first time in my life does not work
You
out for me when
know,
I have to do this
you'd have
cosplay.
the hair color that I want. Like I want like fun pastel-y whatever, but because we both have dark hair, like the whole process of it is a lot of money and just like so intense to your hair. Like I just don't do it, but it's my dream. One day, one
It
day.
was expensive, but yeah, it did bring me a lot of joy, so it was worth it. And then I had to
Mm-hmm.
make sure I had similar framed glasses. Obviously, I don't have the
Yes.
same ones, but I was like, this is as close as I'm getting today.
But also your eyeliner.
Oh yeah, I did do a little eyeliner. I'm gonna say something that doesn't make sense, but also
Oh, okay. I
cancel culture
didn't
is
know where
real.
you were
I'm
going
just
with
kidding. I don't
this.
believe in cancel culture. I was like, when I did my winged eyeliner, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna think I'm doing Asian face
Oh no,
and
they're just
cancel me.
winged eyeliner.
I know, but you know how they
Oh my
did that? Everyone did
god.
that little fox eye thing. They talked about that
Oh,
on TikTok a few
oh.
years ago,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and I was like, oh
mm-hmm.
my god, this is it. This
This
is
is this
it.
is it.
This is it
Well,
for me. This
I'm
is my time.
flattered. I'm flattered. And earlier we were joking about how I finally found the solution to my burnout, and that is to hire an impersonator to just like run the show. Honestly, it's not hard. Just
I'm more than happy to come on here and do it for you anytime.
yeah, really?
You
Oh,
did give
that'd
me
be
like a big
great.
budget for costumes, so I'm sure the pay would be really great on the channel.
Uh-huh. We're gonna review our contracts a little bit and
Oh,
just I kind of live in a post money society. Like I just don't want to be
mm-hmm.
tied down to currency, any cash or any sort of monetary value. So I'm more giving people vibes and experiences, and
Okay.
I feel like that provides a better value and can actually stay with you your whole life. So
Yes, the return on investment is very different on an experience than it is cash.
mhm.
Cash can disappear,
Yeah, it's true,
um,
especially after
but
I
an experience
yoink
you
it.
never forget. With Mama Tamago, an experience with you never forget.
Okay, so do you like scams?
Yes, who are we
I
scamming?
love scams.
I love them.
I don't ever want to be scammed, okay? So people out there who's listening right now, but all three of
I'm
my
glad you had
friends
to
listening right
clarify.
now. Yeah. Well, I don't want someone to scam me and be like, "I thought you liked
You
it."
love them.
Yeah. But I love a scam. I love when all those like news articles come out about how like a fake Russian heiress scammed all of these wealthy
hmm
people in investing in her art institute. I'm like, give it to her. She deserved it.
Well, I mean, the dropout, what's her name? Elizabeth Holmes. She's just lied her
Yes.
whole way.
Failing up. One day. I hope to fail up.
Yeah.
It
I just mean
the
like
dream.
she lied her way up to the top.
Oh yes, that too.
Like,
I watched the HBO documentary on that and the Hulu dramatization of it all, and It was so interesting. And now she's pregnant. I think she purposely got pregnant because she had a court date coming up, and juries are nicer to pregnant women.
Mm-hmm.
So good for her.
That is sad if that's why she got pregnant,
I don't
though.
know. I'm
That's
also
awful.
just spewing. This is a comedy podcast. All of the
This
things
is
we're
a
saying.
speculating
Yeah.
podcast. Hypothe hypothesis
Hypotheses.
podcast.
I don't know. We're working
Um,
on it.
I do love a scam. I think if I'm not part of it and I didn't
Hmm.
fall for it, then I mean, I do have to say that my first ever job interview
Hmm.
was for one of those knife pyramid schemes.
Oh my gosh. What is it called? Vector?
Yes.
Okay, because
Yes.
I also in college I was like, you know what, I'm going to like look on the job boards and see whatever. So then I also like signed up for an interview, but I did my research and I was like, wait a second, this is not great. So then I like declined all of their calls. I'm like, I don't want this anymore.
No.
So
So I got hired, and then in my interview, because it was a group interview,
uh-huh.
I mean, I was like 17 probably,
Yeah.
or 16.
Are you
But
allowed to
they were,
work at that age?
I think so. I don't know. I got to go on an interview.
Oh.
They brought me in. But there's like a former like professional basketball player
And the like also interviewing?
also interviewing for the job.
Wow.
And I was like, this is like, I left, and I was like, I also like, once I left, um, I was like, that was really weird.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw him at a local mall like 2 weeks later. And then I can't remember whether he did the job or not, but I was like, oh, hi.
He was in a plant.
No, he was like, hey, remember me from that interview?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw him at the mall.
So did you actually do this job or you just
No.
okay.
Mm-mm. I
Yeah.
even young, naive me was like, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah. Well, I there's so many MLMs out there. I've always been MLM adjacent. Like I've always seen all of it like through family
Oh,
members and stuff,
yeah.
but
Like
not
Avon, Mary Kay.
Amway, this like vitamin one, this beauty one, and it's so sad because a lot of them do prey on people who, in vulnerable positions,
Yeah.
and it's just preying on the fact that people do want to make a better life for themselves, and because of that, terrible companies just like this is our opportunity.
Yeah, it is. And then for some people, it does bring enough income to where they don't want to give it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, pyramid schemes are great when you're on the top.
Yeah,
I
for
hope to be on
sure.
the top of a pyramid scheme one day.
I just can't, I don't know. I just have so much like, I I just have so much guilt.
Oh, okay. You have a conscience.
Yeah,
So
I
you're just
couldn't
making
do
me
it.
feel bad on my
Well, I
channel.
couldn't even be a salesperson because I don't think I can convince anyone to buy something. I would just be like, here are the facts. You decide.
Don't you? But what about like marketing? Don't you feel like marketing and sales are kind of very intertwined? Like when you're marketing yourself as a creator, when you're marketing your other projects?
Yeah, but I also just try to not make them more that they
Mm,
are. I was like, this is
okay.
me. This is what you're gonna get. This is what I'm good at. Um, I'm like, this is even someone. So I know. I think we may have talked about it, or no. So I recently talked to a company that you and I went to an event for last
Mm-hmm.
year,
Oh,
and they
yes.
mentioned my CCV.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, it's that, but I was like, it's because I do this, and
Mm,
so I do certain streams with people, like that's around my work that like boosts my CCV because like I work for a major media company, so people come to
mm-hmm.
see the people I'm playing with. And I was like, just full transparency, no one's watching me do the thing that you're wanting for at those levels.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's fair. It's so It's so strange because at a certain point, like numbers are like you can manipulate them. Like companies manipulate data all the time. And at a certain point, you almost have to in order to get your foot through the door. But not, this isn't official advice. Like, don't manipulate your numbers. But I'm just saying you can definitely do it in a certain way where you, like, for example, if you were to get front page on Twitch, you'll get a bunch of front page views, and then during that month, you'll get a lot of views. And if you're just sharing that as your media kit or something, maybe more companies will talk to you.
Yeah.
But
And
it'd
it's
be
just
pretty
like,
transparent when it doesn't work. But
but that's what you do is like when what are you gonna do when it doesn't work?
yeah, exactly. Also, my hand behind you makes it look like you're doing this the whole time.
I am. I mentioned this, but when I like bent down
Uh huh.
and I was like, what? I thought my camera had a lag or something because I was like, I'm still there.
Also, did you my expression? I look so bored. What am I
Well, I tried to
doing?
find a photo where you didn't take a lot of space.
I like bored out of my mind. I
You're like, you're probably. It looks like you're reading or focusing on something.
yeah. Oh, maybe some
Oh,
tech issue happened, and I'm like this again. Do you want to talk about the other projects you're involved in?
Um, yes. Sure. What am I involved in?
Yeah, what
Um,
are you involved in? Let us know.
so I guess that I can talk about sort of like can I talk about like what I want to do
To
and
talk
like
about whatever you want. Honestly, I haven't even asked any questions I've written down, so it doesn't
I
matter.
know you did right. I just want everyone to know MamaTamago wrote rapid fire questions.
Do you want to do those?
Do you have them?
I do. I didn't put them on so you don't see them beforehand.
Oh, then let's do them, and then I
Okay,
can talk
okay. Rapid
about
fire question round.
my projects.
Okay, what we have cooking. All right, rapid fire questions. Here you go. I always think like they're fun because for me, I get nervous. I was talking about how nervous I got before even turning on my camera or starting the stream, and I don't know why. Because once the stream starts and like I see myself in OBS, I like it immediately clicks that it's time to be Mama Tamago, and here
Yeah,
I am. All right, here we go. Rapid fire questions. Favorite number?
8.
Sunset or sunrise?
Sunrise.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Do aliens exist?
Yes.
How much sleep did you get last night?
8 hours, 7 hours, 7.5.
Really? Oh, wow. What's your nickname growing up?
Kike.
What does that mean?
Kike is what you call people named Enrique.
Oh, okay,
Like
cute. Or go
it's
ahead.
the nickname that goes with it.
Oh, okay, okay. Have you ever stolen anything?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you believe in soulmates?
Yes.
What's the most annoying thing about your best friend?
Indecisiveness.
Longest you've ever stayed up?
I've never stayed up over more than 24 hours.
One streamer Twitter post you're tired of seeing?
No, don't ask me that. No, did you write that for me?
You know what? I actually had these questions for my very first guest as well.
Normalizing things.
Normal.
Streamers aren't victims to streaming.
Oh,
Bad stuff happens, but we're fine.
those were the
Um,
questions.
oh my God. I actually, before you ask me these questions, I had a good question for you. Let me
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Oh my God, what was it? Oh, feel the air. Feel the air for a
Oh,
second.
okay. I don't know how. What am I filling the air with? Also, well, I guess I'll welcome in everybody. Here we go. Welcome in, Tomago Tech Support. You've always been here for me. Muriel's Diary, hello. Captain Stars, hello. For those of you just joining in right now, we are doing a Let's Yoke About It with was it Huevos Rancheros? Was
Henry
that?
Huevos Rancheros.
Perfect, or Henry K, or HenryKween. This is my third of the series. I think after three, I can officially say it's been a series, but I just like I know a lot of people who possibly would want to be on this, but it's just a me thing. Like, I need to find time to schedule it, and I just don't have so much time, but it's okay. It's okay. Also,
You don't have
closed
time to
caption
stream.
says, no, I don't. I stream, okay, I stream maybe twice a week at 3 hours each. So 6 hours a week. So that's not a lot. And people do that casually in one stream. I've been in streams and it'd be like 9 hours, and I'm like, how? I don't have that energy.
I saw someone stream yesterday for 10 hours.
Like
Um,
casually, right?
yeah. But
Uh,
also, yeah, I mean, I stream 2 to 3 times a week. Usually I'm 4 hours max
mm-hmm.
anytime I stream.
Yeah.
Mainly because anything I do, especially if it's like Valorant or something, like there's rounds and like a round is an hour. If I'm only doing two
Mm-hmm.
games, I'm like, was there even a point? Um, but yeah, I'm like 4 hours max usually. I've never done like a 12-hour stream. Have you?
No. No. So the longest
Mm-mm.
stream I've ever done, and this was on accident. And this was when I first started streaming, where I thought to be a streamer, you needed to be on for like 6 plus hours. Like, this is just what you do. So I think I almost hit 7 hours, but I was like dying. I was not prepared for that. And I've never done like a streamathon or anything
No, me
like that where it's
either.
long. And originally it was, I feel like my streams were probably 5 hours when I first started. Then I dropped them down to four, and now I'm dropping them down to 3 hours. I've been thinking about doing 2 hour streams.
I did a 2-hour stream recently, and I was like,
Like, it
well,
just
that's
feels,
it.
yeah.
Goodbye.
And I think I am able to do that because after 2 hours, I don't think I have much more to say. Like, I think that's it. I think that's all of the content you're going to squeeze out of me.
What do I have going on that you don't already know that I
Yeah.
can't tell you in 2 hours?
Yeah, right? Like, I think that's it. So I've been toying with that idea, but I also don't schedule my streams. Except for like these events, I do a little flyer or whatnot, but usually, just whenever I get on, I get on.
I have a set schedule, but it's just the days, and then like that's really it. Sometimes I try
Okay,
to be
that's nice.
good and like let you know what I'm doing, but
Yeah,
no, I'm very busy at
yeah,
work.
I also, I feel like if I'm like, okay, I'm streaming every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then I'm going to almost dread maybe my Wednesday because I'm like, I'm so tired this week. And then I'm going to have to say, sorry, I canceled stream and like do a whole thing. But if I don't ever announce when I'm streaming, I can't be sorry for missing a stream or sorry
Yeah.
for not being on time.
There's no guarantees. Read the fine
Yeah.
print. It's
Yeah.
not in my policy.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
miss something that didn't exist.
exactly. And, life moves on. There's so many other streamers people can watch. Like, it's all good.
There's plenty of other streamers people can watch.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think like even I recently did an application for something. Um, and I feel like we may share the similarity. You could disagree with me or not,
Mm-hmm.
but like you and I aren't necessarily streaming like for ourselves, like
Mm-hmm.
about ourselves. It's more about like a shared experience or shared conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like when I would talk to people or when people talk to me, or my feelings about my stream is that like
Mm-hmm.
you and I are sharing something, whether it's like this experience of a game or a
Mm-hmm.
topic we're talking about, or we're watching something, but it's not about me being like the focus. Like you're here because we want to share this together.
Mm.
Like I don't think my content revolves around me as a person necessarily.
Hmm. I I don't know. I've been thinking about like what my stream even brings. I mean, you are dressed as me, so I feel like there is some sort of like Mama Tamago is now not a cartoon figure, but she's not a human. I don't really know how to voice this because like when I put my hair up to this, I kind of switch psychologically like, okay, now I'm Mama Tamako. Like, this is what she does, this is what she talks about. And maybe it's to kind of protect myself so that I'm not always in this mode going about my everyday, or maybe it's a way to psych myself up. But I'm not sure what my content necessarily revolves around. Like I don't know if my streams are necessarily like there are community focused unless like we do community games, but I'm not really sure where I'm going with this. Clearly, I'm having some sort of like existential crisis here. So,
Well, I think well, the way I try to think of it is like people like well, I don't know. And this is where maybe because we do differ at this point. I
hmm,
like you've met me in person
yeah.
and I don't know if you think this, but for the most part, what you see on my stream is who I am
Oh yes, 100%.
IRL.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't have that separation so that like when I'm come on or if I see someone in person,
Mm-hmm.
what they expect is just what they're gonna get. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's something I've always like, oh, okay, like for me that works to like always just be myself like 100% of the
Mm-hmm.
time. Because it saves me, I guess like what benefits you is what I think would be difficult for me is like the needing to transform
Mm-hmm.
and then like be mama like I don't have to be Henry Huevos
Yeah.
Rancheros because I
You just
am Henry
are.
Huevos
Yeah.
Rancheros all the time. But I mean,
Yeah.
I will say it took me a long time in my life to get to where I'm just myself all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't easy, but we're here now.
Yeah, I think for me, Mama Tamago is like more bubbly, more loud. Like my day to day, I'm pretty like even like emotion wise and like even more low key than I am. Like maybe you come here and you're like, I don't know, you're pretty chill. Like now imagine if I wasn't acting up. Like this is me playing it up right now. Um I do also gain a sense of confidence knowing that I have this persona seems a little too much, but I have this like role I am now filling. I
Yeah.
and I wouldn't say I'm not necessarily totally different. Like I feel like a lot of the same things are the same, but perhaps I'm just more outwardly or more loud as Mama Tamago, because I feel like she has a voice that people want to hear. Maybe.
Yeah, I think to me it feels like an extension of you,
Mm-hmm.
just like a amplified version of
Yeah.
who
Mm-hmm.
you are or just like a piece, like
Mm-hmm.
a piece of pie that we're like separating and bringing up like this.
Yeah, yeah. And I've talked about that on stream too, where I wonder if people do that. Like, are we like you, where you're just like 100% yourself? Or, oh my God,
Let's
I
see.
should switch the labels, our name labels.
I do
Um,
get confused seeing us with the same background though.
yeah,
Hi,
it's
Dun.
so good. Also, hi everyone. But I have then thought about like, you know what, this is a more polished version of what I want to present to the world in terms of like content creation. Like I can't imagine giving social media platforms like everything I have because
Mm-hmm.
that's just too much.
Yeah. And as we know, there are a lot of people out there who do that, who put every single thing and that they think
It's
online for people to consume.
yeah, that is so brave. I could never. I a lot of the times I find myself about to tweet and I'm like delete, delete, delete. No one, no one wants to hear that. Delete, delete, delete. Or
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so interesting. I mean, I wish I kind of had what you do because then like you hold Mama Tamago to a certain standard,
Mhm.
which I don't have you ever done the four and maybe we could do this after the interview, but have you ever done the four tendencies quiz?
No, what's that?
So four tendencies is like a there's like four different ways that you respond to inner and outer expectations.
Okay.
And basically it's just like I don't know, it's some book someone made and it tells you like how to work with yourself based on like
Mhm.
your habits and whatever and like
Mhm.
how you respond to expectations.
Yeah.
But it's almost like as Mama Tamago, you can respond to certain outer expectations that feel outside of yourself. But
Huh.
because you commit, like you are obviously so hardworking and so like committed as Mama Tamago. Maybe if I was someone else, I would be hardworking, committed because so my personality type in that quiz is an obliger. So
Okay.
I'll do something if someone else asks me to because I feel obligated and want to
Oh,
like
uh-huh.
honor that and oblige that.
Yeah.
But if I ask myself to do something, I'll like sometimes won't do it because it's just for me, and I'm like, nah, I'll be fine. Like
Oh.
it doesn't seem as like high priority.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I wonder which one you would be, how you would fall along those lines, and if Mama Tamago would fall different than not Mama
That'd be
Tamago.
so interesting. Wow. It's weird. Okay, so I will say I'm only Mama Tamago when I'm streaming, so that's like what 6 hours a week. But outside of that, I'm working as Wendy to I'm Mama Tamago's assistant. Wendy is Mama Tamago's assistant. Like I'm making these decisions, I'm making these edits for my boss, Mama Tamago, in a sense, which is so weird. I've never really said that out
I
loud, but
like that you're saying that.
I've never said that. I've never thought about it that way, but like I don't exist until the ring light is on and like whatever camera is on me. And maybe that's why TwitchCon was so exhausting because I was Mama Tamago for long periods of time and I was like so tired.
Which is really funny because I did notice, especially like when we were afterwards, when we were hanging out, it was like at night and we were like
Mhm.
waiting at the hotel. I think we
Mhm.
went to go see Jason, went to his
Uh-huh.
room or something. So we waited in the lobby and we just sat there and like we all had a moment to like
Yeah.
just like debrief for a second. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh, everyone's like, I was like, Mama Tamago is very different right now
Oh
because like
yeah.
you're not at the convention, you're having to put your
Mhm.
like the thing on. But it's so interesting because even Jen feels like that. But and I wonder if I'm like, for me, if I felt that way, would I do things differently? And would I like, how would I handle like content creation? So like,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to like, let's say like posting on TikTok or something, like
Mhm.
I think I have such hard time like sometimes like creating clips from TikTok or I mean from streams or whatever, because I'm just like, what is this about? Who, like, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like, it's just about me. And then sometimes I feel like if I just talk to the camera, like some content stuff I've been thinking of, just like more talking to the camera, like
Mhm.
whether it's like get ready with me's or talking about topics or whatever, that might feel better for me because it's
Yeah.
me. But then I'm
Uh-huh.
like, if I feel, sometimes I feel like if I post a TikTok, I'm like, oh, I'm like trying to present as like a Twitch streamer, gaming content
Oh,
creator.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I'm like, but that's not me. I'm just me. Like, I don't know. There's
Yeah.
this like, I think emotional disconnect there for me that I've been trying to sort out so that I
Uh-huh.
can be more productive,
Yeah, yeah.
um, and have better like results. But I think there may be something in there that I need to like think about and consider.
And I'm over here like I don't know if I want to do this and oh no. this is my this is my actually transition stream. Where Henry Huevos Rancheros is taking over. But I have been thinking about like what I want to produce and like what actually brings me joy in doing, and it feels like I'm at this crossroads of like people do look forward to my educational content and like it has really helped a lot of people. And part of me does like teaching people. I've thought like one career path that I might have taken was to be a teacher. So I've always had like this like educationally want to help people background. But then another part of me is like, I don't know, I just want to eat a burger and then have people look at me eat a
I
burger.
mean, we talked about that at TwitchCon, how like being a mukbang streamer would be like my
Yeah.
dream. Because like
Yeah.
first ASMR, second I get to eat. Like the food that
Yes.
mukbangers eat is food I love. So I'm just so jealous that they get to do it for content.
Right? So I'm like, how do I make that switch or transition to do something where I'm like, I would love to do this and like travel vlogging or whatever. I'm like, people do this and they somehow figured it out. I
They
want
do. And
in.
they make money off of it.
So
Some of it's
tax.
like a time commitment thing. Oh, all the food is deductible. I can't, don't talk to me about my taxes right now. I haven't done them and I have to find a
Me
human to do
neither.
them for me this year. Because I'm trying to deduct things. And I find it very overwhelming. But
Oh,
I
no,
won't find it overwhelming once I find the right person to pay.
yeah, yeah. I work with a professional because I can't you can't make me do this. Like I
No,
mean throughout
this
the year
year,
I like document everything, but like I don't know, like what do you mean I have to go to line 12 and then add up line 13 and 8? Like what?
add, you're asking too
What?
much.
Like
Addition,
yeah, I don't. I don't
The only thing
like
I know how to
it.
do is add a food into my mouth. That's the only adding I'm doing. I mean, Jen is a business owner, so
Shen gets it.
yeah.
Um. Oh, you gotta follow.
Thank you,
Way to
Hekvetica, for
way
the
to
follow.
self promo yourself on this stream.
I did not realize that would happen. Oh my god, that's so funny to me. Thank you so much, Hekvetica,
Oh
for the
heck, Vatica
Thanks for
is
the follow.
awesome. Oh my god.
Unfollow this channel. Follow my new channel at HenryKween. This channel is gonna be closing soon, to make sure to check that out.
Yeah. Here, let me give you a shout out.
I'm rebranding. Bad math pals. Listen, it's me. Hi,
There you go. There you
I'm
go.
math illiterate. It's me.
You don't have your pronouns set? Oh my gosh.
MamaTamago. Had Do I have anything set? I feel like I could be your like alternative universe, like
Ooh.
opposite, where like my stream there's nothing set up. But I mean it works smoothly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the one opposite. But then the second part is that there's nothing set up, so nothing can break.
It Do you still have the default follow noises and sub
So I
noises?
had custom ones and I had them all set up, but I've
Okay.
technically been in a stream transition for a year now of redoing
Mm.
my stream.
Mm-hmm.
So right now they're just default
Okay.
devices.
Well, once I close down Mama Tamago, I'll sell you my assets for a fair price.
Great. I'm an adult with a job, fortunately, so I can afford it.
Oh my gosh. Well, oh, can you believe it's already been almost an hour?
No, I actually can't. I was
Yeah.
like, I just looked at our sheet and I was like, wait, what's the second question?
I don't think I even. No, the first one was, what's your name?
Okay, yep, we got
I
that
got
one.
that. Oh my gosh, we're doing it. We're doing it. What are these questions even? Are they even interesting? Oh
It's
god.
you asking me questions about being a content creator is so fake of
I
me.
don't I don't know. Do you want to talk about that?
We can't. I mean, listen, we say that, but then anytime we talk about content
Oh, I
creation,
light
it's a
up.
pretty like good conversation. I'm like, whoa,
I
let's talk
light
about it.
up. I love this. I hate this. It's this whole thing. I think it's just called passion, but
I guess.
anytime
Well, I know we joke
yeah.
about it
Mhm.
and we do it, but like, I don't know. I just feel so funny, not real. But like real because obviously like you've created such a successful following and brand for yourself.
Mhm.
Um, and then obviously like from going to like events and stuff, I feel like I've got accomplished a lot and like
Mhm.
whether it's like networking or like relationship building and stuff like that, I'm just like so it's just funny to like feel accomplished, but then like
Mhm.
then calling yourself like a content creator on top of that. It's like a funny duality of both.
It's interesting. So, um I've never felt more imposter syndrome than doing this right now. Like at my job, I don't really feel that because I'm just that good. But like for content creation, I'm just like, I don't really know what I'm doing. And the more I talk to people, it seems like, okay, so no one knows what they're doing. But like, how is that possible? That we're all just like, I don't,
Well,
figuring it
there's that
out.
TikTok. Maybe you've seen it. They're like, if you've ever not had confidence in yourself, talk to like the founder of a tech startup, and then you'll have like
Oh,
all the confidence in yourself you've ever had. And sometimes I think it is just a little like for some people, it's a little delusion can get you a long.
yeah. So yeah, maybe we should just be more delusional.
I wish ignorance is bliss.
Uh huh.
Those people who are out there not having a thought behind their head about how they're perceived, about what they do or whatever, and just do stuff.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having that, but they're out there and they're
I
doing it.
This feels so freeing too, and like uh, 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 to not be anxious. I'm riddled with anxiety.
Same. Same. Like
Like
every day at work,
riddled.
like even though like they're like, "Oh, you're one of the top performers of last year." I'm like, "Oh, they're going to fire me tomorrow."
Yeah. Oh, every single day I'm like, they're going to get rid of me, and I've been at my company for years. They're gonna
Yeah.
get rid of me like
I've been there
that.
3 years. They just gave me like a promotion, and then they were
Mm-hmm.
like top performers of the year. I was on that list for last year, and literally January 2nd, I was like, they're gonna get rid of me this because I've been doing
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah. But I guess that's why we're such great workers, because we are
Fear.
anxious about our performance and we're just like improving ourselves even though no one's asking us
Yeah,
to.
working extra hard
Yeah.
just to
Oh,
make sure we're fine.
yes. Well, you know what? I think, and I don't want to speak about your experience, but I think it's because for my family, like I'm the one who went to college and got like an office job and we're like salaried and all of that stuff. And growing up to see the opposite, or not opposite, but the other side of it where you don't have that security and then suddenly having it for yourself, it doesn't feel real.
No, I completely agree. I am in that same boat as you are. I My first job in New York City, I made more money than my dad did working like for the city of Houston so hard
Mm-hmm.
for like over 40 years.
Yeah.
I made more money in that first like stupid office job where I was making coffee and copies
Mm-hmm.
than he got to make. So like it's very like a weird um like experience to have to go through. But then the
Mm-hmm.
security is like once you have that, like I mentioned it at our TwitchCon panel, like when it comes to making content creation, making content, gaming, um, this stuff that I love to do,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately and ultimately, like financial security is always going to have come first for me
Oh
because
yeah,
I have no
100%.
safety net. I don't have like family to fall back
Mm-hmm.
on. I don't have like a big like IROth account
Mm-hmm.
like waiting for me somewhere, which I still don't even know what that is.
I don't.
Really, I just know how to say it.
I was gonna say you're saying things, and I'm just gonna say mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This girl one time who was working at my
Are
first
is
job.
that what a trust fund is?
Again, I don't know what it is, and it's an account with money in it that people have.
And you have to like be a certain age, I think, to access it. Like it's written
I
in,
don't.
or
I
I
wouldn't
don't
know.
know. I don't know. I don't have one.
um, yeah, it's just like for financial security is always going to be first.
Mm-hmm.
But in that same breath, the success at our like day to day jobs, like security, also helps us make more content
It's true.
and make it better. It allows us to meet at places like TwitchCon,
Yup.
which allows us to network
Mm-hmm.
and meet more people, more brands, and become more successful in this
Mm-hmm.
side of the industry. So it's like this weird, like, people always talk about being full time content creators or whatever. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, which is amazing for them. But like for me, not being a full time content creator is giving me even more opportunities in a way,
Mm-hmm.
or like than I would have had like if I was just like, oh, I'm gonna not have a job and stream full time. I feel like being able to do things like go places and have that like
Mm-hmm.
I can go to TwitchCon and it's not gonna cost me like my four limbs.
Yeah.
It's still gain opportunities. I mean I'll be able to get to stream as much and create as much
Mm-hmm.
content, but like we're both there.
Mm-hmm. No, it's definitely been nice. Like I also feel like if I started streaming at a different age, like if I was 18 or even younger, I guess kids are streaming, like I would not be able to handle it. Just like my mental state and like trying to navigate all of these different like business conversations you need to be having. And it is a business if you are like dealing with contracts of like how to do things. Like
Yeah.
even your contract with Twitch itself, like you're
Yeah.
a business to them. Um, I would not be able to navigate that. I would not be able to navigate the social side of things, how to present myself on social media and like as I guess like media training almost. And the money thing too, like I can be like, okay, I'm going to go to TwitchCon and I can book the hotels like once they announce it. Like it's,
Yeah.
but it's because we have full time jobs to do so. And I would love to maybe like in the perfect world, like 1 year of just content creation. And then if that doesn't pan out the way that I want, I just go back to my job and for more money even, and no one cares, and we're all just happy. Like
Yeah.
to have that opportunity would be really nice, but I don't want the stress of not being able to pay my rent.
Oh, it would be literally the next day after like I left
Mm-hmm.
my job to do content creation. I would be like, what have I done?
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's over. I was like, it would be so stressful. I'd have to go back already.
Yeah, I can't, and I don't want that stress of like if I don't hit this many subs, and you can't control that. You can't control your sub count. You can't control necessarily control the sponsorships that you get. Like that is stressful.
It is. And then the thing that I feel very passionate about too is that like if I want to make money as a content creator, I don't really want it coming from my audience.
Uh-huh.
I want brands and
Yes.
companies to pay me because I don't want to take their money. It's not the money I want. I want
Yeah.
money from corporations, from the people who have it.
Yeah, yeah, same. I try to, or last year I was looking at all of the income I was getting, and a lot of my income was from brands. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome because for that money, like it would have taken all these months to like average out or whatever. But I'm also trying to do the same thing where I'm like, yes, I want brands to pay me. Like I don't need y'all. Y'all can just show up. Y'all can just like my tweet that has hashtag ad on it. Retweet that. It's free.
Literally,
But
it's just
other
come
than
hang
that,
out.
yeah, just come hang
That's
out.
it. Um and yeah, but then look, Jen, it worked out. So like, but yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Um Diversifying income. That's something I'm trying to do, I guess. I don't know. Am I? Yeah.
Are you?
Yes,
Well, you are because you're earning money as a Twitch streamer, and
I am.
I'm trying to get on the
Am I?
passive. Well, gaining exposure. I don't know. I'm trying to get on the passive income train.
Yes.
Like
I'm Let me
I,
buy
I
a
need to
ticket. Let me know when
start.
you
Yeah, okay, here we go. Choo choo. I want, because I do create at my own assets. Like I can draw and stuff. Like I need to make an Etsy store with like emotes or whatever, and just have that be a thing.
I've been doing the same thing because I also can draw and graphic design. Can I tell you my dream job right now?
Yes, yes.
My dream job right now is helping guide people, like taking projects or people or their whatever and helping them improve it and streamline it and like make their process better, but then like really like guide them on how to be like better versions of themselves and whatever it is. So if it's a content creator, I'd be like, here's some feedback on your content, how you're perceived, how you whatever, almost like a little career coaching, but also like specific to whatever they're doing, like a consultant. Yes, exactly. But I could do it for creators. I could do it for anything. Like I could do it for podcasts. I feel like I have a good eye for understanding like where to make improvements. Like even if it's certain things I can't do myself, I think I can provide like really good feedback and understanding and um like direction to other people and how to make them more successful.
Yeah, that's interesting. There are a lot of these content coaches or streamer coaches. I don't know if you're familiar with any of them out there, but they
No, I didn't
do.
know it was a thing. Should I sign me up?
Well, the thing is that it's tough because I not one thing is going to work for everyone, right? So then
No.
when you're talking to a consultant, like you need to know that like just because they say this one thing worked for Jen, like doesn't mean it's going to work for MamaTamago. And
Yeah.
I think because it's so varied, it's hard to see I don't the success of it. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure people have consultants and coaches and
Yeah,
um
I think for me it's about like refining whatever your idea is. That's always like a skill that I feel I have. So like you have this idea, this is how you feel about it. I'm like, well, here's like an outside third party perspective on like what it seems like and maybe some things you could do to actually get it to do what you want it to do. Whether it has results, I
not
can't
part
help you there.
yeah.
I can't guarantee it. I'm not telling you. I'm here to streamline and like improve and like your idea to so that it can accomplish what you think it can.
Yeah.
Um, and that's where I think I have like a lot of good vision and insight for. But
Uh-huh.
we'll see. I don't know. I've been speaking up a lot more at work with like ideas and stuff, and
Uh-huh.
it's paid off. So
Yeah, I mean you did just get that promotion, so
I did.
congratulations.
Thank you. It's very exciting.
Yeah, you can't hear it, but I did a sound effect of people cheering, so I'm being
Oh, it wasn't the kids
supportive.
one that goes, yeah.
I think it's kids, or
Oh,
I think it's a crowd. I don't know if it's children. I feel weird I'm using a child's voice. Yeah.
child usage on the stream.
I'm not.
You have them record audios for you in little audio
No.
workshops.
No. Oh
Oh my
God.
god.
Did you ever find the question that you might have wanted to ask me?
Yes, it was.
Oh.
I wish I remember the exact wording, but it
Mm-hmm.
was just like it had something to do with. I know we've kind of talked about it now, but like what you wanted to do, like what your like big goals were, but like where do you
Mm.
think you're going
Mm-hmm.
as Mama Tamago?
Mm. Where's Mama Tama going? Um,
Tamago.
yeah. Uh, I don't know. We talked a little bit about how I feel like I'm at like a crossroads of like what type of content would perhaps bring me more joy, but then at the other side is like I know what works. That I thought I turned this off.
I was like, what? Oh my god.
I thought I turned this off. I could have sworn I turned this off. Oh my gosh. Hi Raiders. We're doing a interview thing and that was not supposed to happen, but thank you all so much for coming in. I'm going to double check that I have that off now. Um Oh god. I'm just gonna turn all of that off. Okay, no more raids. We're done raiding here. But welcome in. Thanks for jumping in. Da-na-na-na. Oh, it was so loud too. I would have screamed. I would have screamed so loud. Anyways, we're doing an interview, so a little bit different than what you all see, but this is something that I'm trying out. This is actually my first attempt at doing content that's not just me like talking the first thing that pops into my brain. Like this took some planning. We have a Google Doc going. I have to schedule like uh,
Wigs. It took wigs.
wigs. Well, this is real, but
Ma-
what
Mama Tama goes.
go is your new travel vlog. So that's the thing. I think I want to shift into something more lifestyle. Like maybe just because I do have so many interests. Like I do art like digital and watercolor. I made like clay pins. I cook a lot. I eat yummy foods. I travel a lot too. Like I have so many. I do photography, like so many different things. And I feel like the only way to capture it all is a lifestyle. But then we talked about like I can't give social media platforms everything either. So
Are we the same person? I do all the. You know, I do all those
I
things.
had no idea. Wait,
I
what's your
water.
camera? You do
We have this.
watercolor? Shut up.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to
Wait, let
think
me bring
some of my
mine.
watercolor.
I
Let me
need
see.
to wait. Where's my watercolors? I'm gonna bring some.
Is my water one up there? Also, can I have my water? Oh, I kind of forgot I was on here. Hi, stream. Um, I'm gonna show mine while
One
Wendy's.
second. Okay, so
Oh,
to be
Wendy's back.
fair, since I started streaming, I have not been doing watercolors because all of my energy has been this. But this is an old book I have of my stuff. I didn't know you did watercolor. What the heck?
Yeah. Watercolor and gouache were my two favorite mediums.
I I got a set of gouache paints like last Christmas or two Christmases ago, unopened. I it's just sitting in my
I got that
desk.
one that was popular on TikTok, the pink case one.
I got one that's like teal. Oh my god, it's probably the same thing.
It is the same one because they had like three different ones.
Here's
Wait,
some
are you ready? Well, should we show it
cactuses.
at the same
Oh,
time?
oh, sorry, I already showed.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, it's green. It's being my frog's being
Oh,
green screened.
oh my goodness.
Oh, but not if it's a front. Well,
A frog. Aw. Wait, you do photography too? Do you have like
I
a
do. I do
camera
freelance
camera?
photo and video.
What?
Yeah, in New York. I've done comedy shows. I've done some theatrical events.
Here's some kiwis I drew.
I wish I had. We were. Hold on. Give me one second. I'm gonna wait. I should. I don't think I can. The wig stayed on. Hold on. I mean, this is my
Wow.
hair.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
questions at this time.
So back to just like as humans, we have so much. I look so bored. This is what I look like. I look so bored. Well, welcome in, everybody. Hello, hello. Thank you all for joining us today. It is a little bit of a different format. We are reading all of the messages, but we're, trying to keep the conversation flowing or whatever the heck. So we do see you. We see you. We acknowledge you. And hopefully you all find this interesting. No, you do. You do find this interesting. Not hopefully. I know you find this interesting. I need to start talking in like is it called affirmative sentences? But I need to start talking in like sentences where it's like you do, not hopefully. We're not hoping here. We're not wishing anymore. No more hope, no more wishes. We are doing the thing. This is interesting. You all want to be here. Hello, welcome back.
I can't find them.
Oh no. It's
Um,
okay.
but I do. I have so many. I have this beautiful water one I love, and then I've done acrylic too, and I tried oil a long time ago. But
Ooh, I've done growing up I did art classes, so I've done like oil painting before. Acrylic, I did that before watercolors, but I think watercolor is probably my favorite just because just that watercolor look is so pretty to me.
yeah, oil painting is. I'm too impatient.
Also it smells.
Yeah, I'm impatient. I'm too. Yeah, I need to be able to take a blow dry um to my paper.
But what were I saying? Oh yeah, so you know, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. It feels like I like too many things and not to be like not to sound like full of myself, but it feels like whatever thing I decide, like I am good at it, or like if I practice at it, I can be. So it feels like because I have so many interests, because I'm like pretty good at like whatever my interests are, like I'm spread so thin.
I feel the exact same way.
Like, is that like, is that full of myself? Like, I'm just good at whatever I do, but I am.
I don't think so. I mean, as long as it's not wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna say I'm like the best photographer or like the best whatever, but
Yeah, I'm trying to think of things. I mean, it's like, yeah, I've done photos and stuff. I wish I knew where anything was to show you. Comedy shows. I love photography. I do love, especially portraits.
mm,
Um, oh my God, I've done two surprise engagements. Never
aw,
again.
no, why? Stressful?
Having to capture someone's the moment that they
Uh
propose
huh.
is so much pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm a theater kid, so that makes sense.
That makes sense. I'm not a theater kid. I'm a band kid.
But the arts, we're in the arts,
Mm-hmm.
the performing arts. Um, well, I also have that. There's like this TikToks that are like, I have the audacity to think that I can do anything myself, and I'm like, yeah,
I I can never imagine doing like a theater performance though. That's where I don't feel the strongest like public speaking. So we were on the same panel on TwitchCon, and weeks leading up to it, days leading up to it, I'm like I'm going to throw up. I'm so nervous. And I just don't like public speaking even though this is a public speaking platform.
and you're a just chatting streamer. I just want
Yeah,
to
I
remind
know.
you of that.
I'm just so quirky. I'm just
You're
so
a just
quirky.
streaming chatter.
Yeah. So
Um, but everything you said was so insightful. So maybe it's a matter of not having done it before, so it's just the maybe the fear of failure, but
may maybe I don't
or
know,
the fear of
like
not being good at something because you're so good at
because
everything
I'm
else.
so good at everything else. But what if I'm amazing? I'm just kidding.
I mean, listen, you were on two panels.
What if I'm amazing? No. Yeah, so that's something I haven't done. I haven't done like a live, like in a play, or I wish I was better at singing, and I know that's something that you can learn, like if you get vocal lessons or something, but that'd be something. Maybe after this all goes away, I'll practice singing.
Yeah, what's that? 10,000 hours or whatever.
Oh my goodness, that's too many.
Well, that's like
So,
the theory that if you practice
uh-huh.
anything for 10,000 hours, you'll be professional at it or whatever.
Uh I don't have that patience. I think another thing of why I do so many things is like if I'm not immediately good at it, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Oh, well, see, that's where I differ is that I don't mind being bad at something.
Oh,
I think I've like given up fear and embarrassment.
really?
I just don't
Wow.
care. I don't care.
Does that come with age or like
I don't know what you're talking about. We're the same person. Look at my beautiful, glowy, youthful skin. I just want everyone to know that Wendy does get a free pass on that one because I did drag Wendy the in Discord in our Discord chat the other day, the Coneheads.
Oh, I was like, when did you? Oh my God. When I realized what you were saying, I was like, oh my God, of course.
I did. So you get a free pass on that one. But no, actually, maybe it is age. So unfortunately at work, I mean, I'm only 30, but I'm the second oldest on my team, like the people
Mm-hmm.
team. And then like even among the office, I'm starting to be like on the older end. We're very
Mm-hmm.
young. So I find myself giving people advice on how to handle situations,
Uh-huh.
like whether it's like evolving like emotional maturity and like how to like, separate your emotions from work or certain
Mm-hmm.
situations and like stress management and other things like that, or like relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And a professional setting, feel like I'm always giving people advice because everyone's younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, who am I giving all this advice? I'm like, when did I learn this? Um,
I was
but
gonna
one
say,
of
did someone give you advice or is this just experience?
I think it may be a little experience. I think maybe observation.
Mm-hmm.
I try to just like, especially when there's someone who knows more than me. I try to really like take in and observe everything they say.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
just because it's like when if I have access to information for like something I don't know or anything,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to like pick it up and consume it. And like and maybe that fits along with like the doing all these things. Like if there's something like I can do and try, I want to
Mm-hmm.
do it and I want to learn how because I want to. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like one of the things that I've really given up on, and I mean, guess it took time because I used to be stressed all the time. I also had
Mm-hmm.
a really bad boss 2 jobs ago that
Oh
gave me so
no.
much boss PTSD, like
Mm-hmm.
actually, and maybe I'm just getting over it now or something. But like, um, I just am not going to respond to things with stress anymore.
Mm.
Like, stress is not going to be a way that I respond as a person, and my body won't need to do that anymore too. Some of it is just like deciding in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
There's this person who we seen at TwitchCon, and their name is like Alyssa something, and then something Cat. Was
Oh,
there
alley cat. Mm-hmm.
Alley Cat? They said something at TwitchCon that I remember all the time, and I do think about is that boundaries are not something you set for other people; they're something you set for yourself.
Mm.
And I always try to tell as many people this as possible because um, it really stops a cycle of like being hurt or offended
Mm-hmm.
or upset. Is that you're not going to be able to control someone else's actions. So what
Mm-hmm.
they do to you. So let's say you're like, I have a boundary in this and I'm crossing it. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
be upset that I'm crossing it because at the end of the day, you can't control what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But so boundaries are something you set for yourself. And so let's say I do something to you that you don't like, you can choose not to engage with it. So that way you don't become uh, you don't need to have a response to what I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing because you set a boundary for yourself. So let's say I'm yelling at you and that stresses you out. You're like, actually, I'm not going to engage with this because
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how that makes me feel. So I don't need to have those feelings of you doing something to me. So it's kind of like a double whammy of like, someone can't cross a boundary when there's not one to set. So like, it
Uh-huh.
doesn't feel like there's like an offense happening to you
Mm-hmm.
there. It's more like you're in charge of your control. And when you're in charge of how you respond to things, you can really get yourself a lot of peace.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, and I
That
think like ever since I heard that, I'm just like, okay, I can literally control how I respond to anything that's happening to me within
yeah.
reason.
Mhm. Wow. Yeah, I love that. I've been I don't know. I don't know if I have the best like ways to deal with stress and that I don't have any ways to deal with my stress. I just like
Um,
power through it and I'm like, okay, we're done now.
well, and that's sometimes like what I had done before is that even
Uh-huh.
if I was stressed, like so that some people respond to stress by shutting down, and then there's people who like you who powered through stress by
Mhm.
like
I just do
powering
it.
through it, but
Yeah.
you're still experiencing the stress. So I think like the
Mhm.
next step would be like powering through it without having the emotional response of stress.
Mhm.
Uh, and that's something I think that just kind of takes time to figure out, but
Yeah.
like ultimately will save you. Like sometimes like, and I don't know, like I work in sports media or like media,
Mhm.
like content, like I work in content creation
Uh-huh.
basically. Like my job, not my job, but what my company does.
Mhm.
Um, so like when people are stressed or it's a stressful situation, I'm like, this is not an emergency room. We're not
Mhm.
curing cancer. We're
Mhm.
not saving lives.
Yeah.
Like, can we do good? Yes. And do we do good? Yes. But like, nothing is that high stakes
Mhm.
for the most part to like require this response, and nothing like it shouldn't earn that response from me
Mhm.
of that level of stress. Like,
Mhm.
on should earn that response from me and like do that to me because like unless it's life or death or people's lives are on the line,
Mhm.
like it's like lives like in different senses, like
Mhm.
you're I'm you're not going to get that level of stress from me.
Yeah. Huh. I do wish for peace. That sounds really nice. Like just a peaceful, easy. We've been saying a little mantra between us back and forth on
We
our
have, and it works.
Yeah.
Everyone, if you're in chat right now, I want everyone to try this for like 2 or 3 weeks and type it in
Uh-huh.
chat too. But tell them, Mama Tamago.
Okay, so our mantra that we've been saying is things just work out for us.
Things just work out
And
for us.
we just love that. Like things just work out for us and we just type it to each other when something happens. It's like things just work out for us and I love it. I don't know how long I've been saying it, but ever since you like mentioned that, I'm like, yeah, things just work out.
It feels nice to have
Mhm.
serenity now. But I mean, basically, but also things haven't been. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it helps you like see the positive. Maybe it
Mhm.
helps you like not worry about the stress, or just like you just keep going. Another great thing someone told me one time, or I read, or I can't remember, but like when you're in a situation that's concerning you, and again, I think it takes time and work to get to this point, but there's two things. There's a situation. Can you do something about it?
Mhm.
Yes. Great. Then there's no need to worry. Just worry. Just do what you have to do to address the situation because you can do something about it. Whether it's going to be fun or not, or difficult or challenging, doesn't matter because you can do something about it.
Mhm.
Second, if you can't do something about it, I mean, and if the stakes aren't certain, at a certain level, then
Mhm.
there's accept the consequences that come and move forward. But there's no need to like have a stressful like. Not everything deserves our emotional response, and I
Mhm.
think that was another one that was like help me, especially with work. Where like, can you do something about it? Yes, great. Then let's do the
Mhm.
thing about it. If other people want to be mad and whatever have responses, great. Not me.
Mhm.
Um, and then if not, oh well, we got to roll with the punches.
Yeah, I that's something that I do want to work on because I believe goes along with my anxiety. I just treat everything like the same level of intensity and I've been better about it. I can see myself improving throughout the years of it, but I still am like an anxious person. Maybe not so much with Mama Tamago or what I try to show off to the world, but like my day-to-day Wendy, like I'm a pretty anxious person, like and I try to prepare myself with just like getting all of the information that I can, but sometimes I do still find myself like stewing in that like feeling of I don't I guess it becomes a cycle.
Why?
I don't know. Like that's just been a thing that I've just been doing, and it hasn't really dawned upon me that like I don't need to do that. And now this feels like a therapy session, so thank you.
Good. Yeah, it's just the biggest at the end of the day, why?
Mhm.
Why are you we choose how to respond to things. So why are we choosing to respond that way?
Mhm.
And even though it takes time, I had to fix my hair because I actually realized that you were not wearing your hair like this, like you usually do, and I actually could not live with that for another moment. I saw that you had a middle part, so I was upset because
So, mhm,
I
mhm.
have a middle part, so I was just like, that's just my hair now. So I
Yeah.
just went back to that. But yeah, just why do we do that? Why? That's sometimes a nice question to
Mhm.
ask for ourselves. Um, why do we respond that way?
Mhm. Yeah. That's
I mean, and I'm asking you to figure that out for yourself. I'll ask you again in a week if you.
well, it's just going to work out for me, so
It
I'll
is.
let you
You're not
know.
going to be stressed ever again. And honestly, I think this middle part is kind of like makes you look like it's more soft and more beautiful than ever.
Yeah. I think it's a good look.
I think I'm going to become the next Finster.
Who?
Um, does anyone in chat know who Finster is?
Sorry to Finster.
It's okay. They don't know who we are.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
So Finster is a male identifying streamer who dresses as a girl for every stream,
Oh, but
but
they're
they've been
male identifying.
but they've done it for years, like
Huh.
years, and they look like a young, beautiful woman. And it's I don't really know how to, and I don't know why they're doing it. Sometimes people
Uh-huh.
are like the calls coming from inside the house.
Uh-huh.
But like
Interesting.
I don't know what to say. Like they're just in like very casual women's clothes in
Mhm.
light makeup, looking very beautiful every stream. But I'm just like, life's so interesting, huh?
Yeah. That is interesting. I mean, if it works and they feel comfortable and that's what they want to do, then
I know. We can look them up after stream. I'll show
yeah.
you.
Okay,
They're big
sounds
on
good.
TikTok too.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes they'll go like on like Omegle or something and like do their girl voice and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But they had a TikTok that went viral where it was two guys who were like dressing as women and like had a
Uh-huh.
girl voice. And that's like their most like viral TikTok. But like
Uh-huh.
they like kind of clocked each other where like they could tell the other one was a boy. And they like weren't talking. They were waiting to see who was gonna talk first, and then they did
Yeah.
their girl voices for each other, and it was so funny.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to see that. Uh, one interesting thing about you and I, amongst a bunch of interesting things, is that I actually known you first IRL, then developed more of a like relationship online. Like I've always kind of known you, but I didn't really interact with you until I met you in person, which I feel
Yes,
like is opposite.
I actually remember our first time. Well, no, I guess I remember our first time meeting, but it just
Uh-huh.
feels so. I don't know what you think about that day. I remember having very interesting feelings because we're meeting. I mean, we didn't know each other that well, so like
Mm-mm.
the basis of our relationship is built off like what our in person interaction was like for a very intense 3 days,
Uh-huh. Yes.
and not like a lot of really major back and forth
Mm-hmm.
online.
Yeah.
But I remember meeting you and Jason and Casey for the
Mm-hmm.
first time. Um, and obviously we met really through Dale.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember being first time and I was like, oh my God, I mean, I was a little intimidated in the moment, mainly because like I was traveling alone.
Yeah.
Um, and I was going to this event where
Mm-hmm.
at those events, even though, whatever how I act present, um, you know, I was just like, I was like, okay, well, I'm going with these people. I was like, what if these people don't even like me? Or like,
Oh no. Yeah,
Twitch
yeah, yeah.
streamers and content creators, like it's difficult to make like genuine
Mm-hmm.
relationships. And like,
For sure.
unfortunately, like I've gotten really a lot better about, I as a person struggle with becoming friends with people too easily. Like in the
Mm-hmm.
past, like I'll be like, oh, that's my friend. And then they don't
Mm-hmm.
return friendship like expectations that I have
Mm-hmm.
like on my own, and I'm like, oh, I become disappointed. I've
Mm-hmm.
really improved on that over the past few years, and like manage my especially online relationships, like online
Mm-hmm.
friendships, a lot
Yep.
better. And I can still like really really value and care for them, even with minimal contact. So I've really like learned about that. But in that part, like having to meet people IRL while like being alone, while also going to this event and be like, oh, I need to make the most of this event because this is my
Uh-huh.
like first ever TwitchCon US. I was like,
Yeah.
I have to talk to people, do these things, do that. And I remember like being a little intimidated by everyone in the moment. Who all at least knew each other. And I was like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, who are you? You're this freak hanging out with these people who don't know you.
No. Okay, that's so interesting. So this event that we're talking about is the Intel party before TwitchCon even happened. So this was Thursday night, I believe. And
Yeah.
that day, I met Casey for the first time, and we've known each other for a little bit because through Mix It Up and everything. And then we met up with Play It Jason, who I've actually met before, also in person, to do this like streamer cabin retreat that we had. So I've met Jason before, and then I knew of Henry through Dale, and I've never met Dale before, and I still wait, no, I have. I was like, and I still
I was
haven't.
like, we met the next day. I'm like, she fed you Nagi.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I forgot. I'm sorry, Dale. Dale, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, but at that point, I haven't. So just through like I guess Dale's good like relationships, I'm like, well, Henry probably isn't that bad. And then we met up,
And then I was
and
worse.
no, no, I think it was. I didn't feel awkward with you at all. I felt like immediately it was just like, oh yeah, we're like doing the thing, and I guess kind of figuring how we interact with one another in real life, like in terms of like like jokes and stuff. I feel that's always a bit of a period, but I didn't feel anxious hanging out with you, and during that event or other times we met up. I don't know where I'm going with this, but
Yeah, it ended up really well, and I was like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
goodness, this was like a good choice. Um, but it is just, and then shockingly enough, I felt, and I think I mentioned this, like I felt like I knew more people, or maybe I just knew of more people at TwitchCon Amsterdam than I
That's
did
what you said, yeah.
in the US, and it
Mm-hmm.
maybe just because the US one was so big
Mm-hmm.
that like I was like overwhelmed by like how many people knew other people, and I was like, I don't really know anyone here like who like actually came to the event. Not that I don't
Uh-huh.
know like streamers, but I was like, that's actually there. But
Mm-hmm.
then I did get to meet so many people, so that was really nice. Like at the end, but I was just like during, I was like, oh my God, everyone's already like in friend groups, and then some
Mm.
streamers have such large friend groups
Mm-hmm.
um online, so they're like, oh, this is me and all my friends. They're all, it's just me alone walking down this huge convention center hall, like. It's like it's a lot, and people are so excited to see people, and obviously you
Mm-hmm.
see other like you see streamers of note that you like
Mm-hmm.
know of with like big
Yeah.
followings, and you're like, like what is this place?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very interesting situation and like environment to be.
Yeah, I don't think there was ever a time I've ever been in that type of situation where I'm in a room with like a bunch of creative people who are trying to do the general same thing as in like getting our stream out there. And that energy in the air and just being able to walk down the street and like see people that you know, it that was really really cool to be able to have that. And now that TwitchCon is in Las Vegas this year, I don't know if we're going to be able to have that many random run-ins because San Diego, downtown San Diego itself isn't that big compared to Las Vegas.
Yeah,
And Vegas, like, you need to meet up with someone to be like, hey, let's meet at this time, versus San Diego felt like you just walked into people.
yeah. It would have to be all at the convention center.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to navigate and interesting to see how that all plans out, especially with a new city. And I don't know if you have to be a certain age to go to TwitchCon.
Um, I don't think so.
Just be whatever.
Yeah, because I think, I mean, I know people went with their like kids. I saw some family like, I don't know, adults with younger children
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
teens around.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Yeah, I don't know. Can I tell you something I got really stoked about? I was like, I don't care about anything. I was
Yeah.
like, who's gonna perform this year at Twitch? Because I had so much fun at the concert. I was like, who's performing this year?
Yeah. I did not realize musical guest was like a full on concert performance. I thought we were gonna sit and like someone's gonna have a stand under a gazebo. I didn't understand what was happening, like what the after party was. Oh no, sorry. I thought the after party was just gonna be like a
A party,
ballroom, yeah, like a
like a club
ballroom in
kind of
a
thing.
convention center and they have like a bar or something. I didn't realize there was gonna be a full on concert happening at the same time. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
I mean, usually I think it is just a party, so I think it was different that year. Um,
I don't
I
I
wonder
don't
what
know.
it'll be this year.
I'm Oh yeah. Well,
Maybe we'll perform.
yeah, oh, I'll work on my singing voice
Yeah,
and
you have 10,000 hours between now and
in October.
October.
Yeah. I'll work on my singing voice and then you do whatever you want to do. People will be
Great.
watching me anyway, so
I mean, they'll be watching me because we look the same,
yeah, it's
and
true.
they'll get confused. I'll just dye my hair by the time we get to October. What if you had
Yeah.
a, you know how everyone was so excited to see you at TwitchCon? What if you had a whole group of people who you all walked with you who
Hmm.
dressed just like you?
To be like diversions, like so that I can go away,
Yeah, or
run
like just
away,
a
just a
crowd of
crowd.
groups.
Have you seen
Um,
these clip-on hair buns?
yes, I saw someone there like with clips.
Yeah, with clips.
Yeah, with
I
hair
just
like
bring a
hair
whole
teeth.
bag of them, and if people want to be Mama Tamago, I give them the hair buns.
I saw a TikTok the other day. This comedian lady, she was wearing them. She's like, and I was like, give me those.
Yeah, they looked good. And I was like, ooh, I should get them because doing all this, it doesn't take too much time, but it is still time. And I'm like, I just gotta clip them
And then
in.
you can have more hair. I mean, like I can make these.
Oh, yeah, true.
I'm sorry, I didn't do you like justice with this dry ass wig right now.
Okay, well, this feels like a call out.
I said I didn't do you justice.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, this is one mass.
Wow. I'm okay. I can give you some hair care tips after.
Actually, just some leftover from your brush is fine. Just mail me your brush. I'll be okay with
Okay,
that.
yeah, right away.
Can I show you something awful and gross?
Okay.
I took this, so I tried to brush this wig, and this all came off the brush
No,
from
stop
one
it.
thing.
Stop it.
Look how big this is. Look at it
That's a
compared to my
that's a
face.
hair poof.
Look, I'm
That's
gonna
a
save
hair.
it and do this.
Yes. That's a hair poof.
Hold on, let me split. I have another pile.
Oh my god.
Hold on, let me.
Stop. Now you're really Mama Tamago.
Wait, I gotta put it like right here or something.
Oh my gosh.
I'll save up more.
I'll I'll send you some of mine too. Okay, I shed a lot of hair.
That's why I know I could. If you just sent me a little bit, a
Yeah.
few days worth.
Look at that.
Not bad.
It looks good.
I don't hate it. I'm almost like the e-girl version of you or something with like these highlights at the front.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever wondered what you would look like with like these
I
highlights
do.
at the
Oh,
front.
I feel like that'd be too cool.
Oop,
Oh no.
sorry.
I
Ow,
feel
that hurt. That
Oh
hurt. I
no.
pulled my hair out, but I put it back on. Don't
I
worry.
have seen people with like dyed, I guess, front or bangs or
Yeah.
something.
Look, also, if you want to know what you look like with a nose piercing, I don't have a nose piercing, but
Oh my
it's
goodness.
gone. It's okay. I'll grab it later.
Have you noticed that our mics are touching?
Yes, they're like coming out of each other.
Yeah.
Also, you have a Shure, right?
Yes.
I do too.
Oh my
But so
gosh.
my thing is I don't have my desk is too like thick. So I can't use one of those clamp
Oh,
things. Like it's
uh-huh.
just big too big over the size of like my clamp. So I
Yeah.
can't just have a mic that I move around like this.
Uh-huh.
I
So
have
what do
like
you? Oh, it's like a base.
Yeah, but it needs to be heavier.
Oh, wow.
Look, this is everything I have going on.
What is? Oh my God. Wait, let me get mine. Let me get mine. We're beautiful.
I was like, mine's a little. My hair
It's a little
melts.
scrunchy. You're gonna set your computer on fire.
I don't even want to talk about my computer right now.
Why?
It's
What's wrong with your computer?
nothing but everything.
Oh no. Is it just
Um,
older or what's up?
I mean, I can't believe like so I built it. So I was a pandemic streamer too.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah, when did you start? We, God, I.
September 2 years ago.
So 2021.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I've streamed for over 2 years. So what is 2020?
2020.
Yeah. Um, I've never done anything for my stream of anniversaries or whatever.
Do
I
you
like
want to do it
forget.
now? Should we?
Sure.
Should we do
That's it.
something now?
Like what? I do have once we leave the interview part, I've had one of the things I wanted to try to do with you. I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
so excited for.
Oh yeah. Should we transition to our other segment?
Sure, let's do it.
All
I mean,
right.
we said we were going to talk and we weren't joking.
Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
my
I
God, I feel like
am
I look like
just
you now. I feel like the hair buns really made
yes.
it.
Yeah. 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 It's beautiful.